Jocelyn Anderson here, and welcome to my Tuesday podcast on God and women. Today, we're going to be talking about complementarian manners. Did you know that Jesus had respectful theological conversations with women? We see an example this with the woman at the well, the Samaritan woman. Now, reading about this brings to mind the time I visited a local fundamentalist congregation and was unexpectedly introduced to an author whose work I admired. Yes, all kinds of Christians can write some really good things, even fundamentalist Christians. Brothers and sisters in the Lord do not stop being brothers and sisters in the Lord just because we have a different theology. If we're saved, we're brothers and sisters in the Lord. So we need to work that out somehow. But anyway, this was a writer whose work I admired. And I didn't realize he was a fundamentalist Christian. I was unaware that he was a member of a fundamentalist Baptist denomination where men did not engage in theological conversations with women as equals. I did not realize that for him, or for any other fundamentalist Baptist male for that matter, theological or any other type of conversation with women on an equal basis was out of the question. I really had no idea. To my knowledge, this author had never written about gender roles, so I was clueless as to where he stood on the issue until I met him. Now, regardless, I never expected to see him that day, much less to be introduced to him. So I was thrilled to meet him, and I told him so. He shook my hand. He smiled at me as I commented on how much I appreciated his work. And then I made a big mistake. I mentioned that I had also written a book on the same subject as he had. His eyes immediately glazed over. I'm not exaggerating. Suddenly, he wasn't looking at me. He was quite literally staring straight through me. I had suddenly, seemingly, become invisible. He didn't walk away. He didn't move. He just continued standing square in front of me, yet apparently no longer seeing me. I simply wasn't there anymore. Now, I realize that this could be an incredibly rude tactic, and it probably is. And I'm sure the desired effect was to make me feel uncomfortable or worse, which it did. I had no reason to feel ashamed or foolish or uncomfortable, and yet I did. Now, I mentioned this because that is not the first that was not the first time that it happened to me, nor would it be the last. I've noticed that complementarian men, especially hard comp men, tend to do that. It's possible also that the reaction is a spiritual thing, a spiritual oppression brought on by the sin of complementarianism. Or, as I said, it could just be intentional rudeness designed to keep woman in her place. Whatever it is, from my experience, it is widespread. It is rude, it is disrespectful, plain and simple. Loving our neighbor as ourselves is the second greatest commandment in the Bible. Jesus said so. And treating women as if they are invisible, unimportant, and less than men is, well, not love. And according to Jesus, positively unchristian. the majority of complementarian men refuse to learn theology from a woman, they should at least learn better manners from the captain of our faith, who had no problem discussing theology with women in an intelligent and respectful manner. Thank you for joining me for my podcast. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button. If you're not subscribed, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. And thank you again for joining me. Have a wonderful day.